Prince Harry just lost the court case over the funded security, tax-funded security. Is that a win or a lose? Or is that a eh? The news are pitching it as big, big news. Yay! The court said that Harry doesn't get automatic police tax-funded security. They are telling the news half ways. They are not saying the other part of the news is that he hasn't lost anything. So let's get into this, beautiful people, because the taxpayers are still paying for Harry's security when he's in the UK. That's really where it boils down to, and I'm going to explain to you why. Is this a big win? Or is this another screw you to the good people of the United Kingdom and the entire world?
What was wrong with it is that it was put behind a paywall. So a lot of people had to buy his book in order to watch the interview. A lot of 4 million people already had. They were excluded from watching the interview. And so that's what I regretted. But the way I agreed that it would be conducted, what I mean by that is I had a strong sense that the interview should be free for everybody. It should be a service to the public.
Yes, gorgeous people, we're listening to the news, GB News, TV Talk, Sky News Australia. Harry lost the court case. The court declared that it was rational for Ravik to take that decision, given that he's no longer a working royal. It means that he won't get tax-funded police protection. Lies. What it means is the following. It means that the original deal stands. We just saw how Harry got police protection when he came over to the United Kingdom, and he has gotten it in other times. It only means that he has to give 28 notice advance, 28 days notice, that in order for the police to decide whether or not he would get police protection. So basically that stands. The only reason why Harry did not get that police protection during the well child is because he didn't notify them at all. He didn't notify them, so he didn't get it. He just decided to come and didn't tell anybody, because we know how they like to surprise visits all the time. All the time they like to surprise visit by the Duke, surprise visit by the Duchess. So no. So basically what it means, when you come here, Harry, you need to give us 28 days notice so we can figure out. And I know what you're going to say. That means that they're going to evaluate whether he needs it or not. He will get it. He has gotten it before. He will continue to get it. So it is very dishonest of the news to say, oh, yes, it is true that the courts had decided to state that Ravik correctly called it when he said that Harry is no longer a working royal, so therefore he's not entitled to the same degree of protection that he was used to before, which means it was 24/7. Okay, that's what this thing means. But he still does get police tax-funded protection, and we're gonna wait and see in May, and then you're gonna come back to this video and you're gonna say, you know what, Paula, you were right, because when he gives the notice that he's required to give, he does get it. He's gotten it when he's come to the court cases. We've seen him with police, because they block the road, and there's always those two blokes that look exactly like police. They're not different guys. So this is actually quite disgusting, the gaslighting we're being subjected to. And it's not that I want to be a downer, a nosy Nancy or anything like that. It's just that it is a fact that they like to give you half-truths, so we feel good about ourselves while lying about the entire picture. Why don't they say the rest of that sentence or the rest of the package is that Harry does get? Because the key words here is the same degree of police protection. He doesn't get the same degree, but he does get it. We've seen with the royal grift and even Meghan Small, they both pointed out that there is one of the bodyguards that was with Harry before he left the United Kingdom that's with him right now in the USA. I believe they said that, I can't remember the name, but just go check them out and see that they talk about it. But there's this bodyguard that was in his days of when he was Yeah, when he was a working royal, he's with him right now. I don't know if he's let go, but he was still with him. So it's Charles paying for that security, because we don't see the Sussexes all stressed out about not about having to pay for the police security that they're used to, because they go around with one or two people all the time, especially Meghan. I mean, can you imagine Meghan being horribly scared, having those 4 paps that she hired that close to her? Where was her security? So yes, we're being gaslit, beautiful people. Harry, the courts, the UK courts ratified that Radek made the right decision, and that Harry should not get the same degree of police protection, which means that the original agreement that he got when he left stands, which is that he needs to give 28 days notice. Yes, they always say that they're going to evaluate the case case by case. They're going to evaluate his security needs case by case, but he always gets it. He always does. He always gets a degree of security protection when he's here. So yeah. So we're being gaslit. Good on the UK courts. And the reason why the UK courts took this decision was because if they do this, if they had gone and said, no, you are irrational, that would have set a very bad precedent, because that would have meant that all celebrities and public figures would have said, you know what, I am entitled to security too. So that's why they took that decision. It's not because, they didn't want to protect Harry, or because Harry was going to lose his protection, because he's not. And please go read that deal about Harry getting security, tax-funded security, on a case-by-case basis, as long as he gives 28-day notice. Yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Please let me know. I mean, what you guys think. And I don't mean to be a downer, but it's true. So don't pop up the champagne. And we're going to see in May whether or not Harry gets the security, because he's coming with Meghan, and he is satisfied about bringing his wife and kids here. I don't know what kids he's going to bring, unless he brings those talking dolls, But yeah, he's satisfied with bringing Harry and Meghan here. That means that he got the security he wanted. Please let me know what you think, beautiful people.